All right, so let's talk about California and some of the bills that are currently being weighed. Many of the bills California lawmakers have passed to spur the growth of affordable housing have focused on streamlining rules around local approval and paying construction workers living wages. But this week, legislators advanced 3 measures that represent a shift in approach. From subsidized private development toward a European model of public ownership for apartments and homes. Each of the bills offers a different vision for what social housing could look like in California. A proposal from Senator Monique Limon, a Santa Barbara Democrat, would pay for the new housing by imposing a 15% tax on guests of short-term vacation rentals, such as those on VRBR and Airbnb. The bill passed with 27 votes, which is the required minimum. Senator Aisha Wahab, a Hayward Democrat, authorized a bill that would require the Department of Housing and Community Development to craft a plan by 2025 to producing 1.2 million units of stable, affordable housing within 10 years. By the 5th year mark, 600,000 of those units would need to be complete, and at least a third of them must be available to extremely low and very low income households. 31 senators chose to send the bill on to the Assembly. And last but not least, a measure from Assemblymember Alex Lee, a San Jose Democrat, calls for creation of a California housing authority similar to a municipal public housing authority to govern the production and acquisition of social housing. The Assembly actually sent the bill to the Senate with 55 votes. Now, regarding the tax on STRs, which I know many of you are interested in learning about, the tax would apply to most short-term rentals in the state, including those listed on popular platforms. Property owners, though, would still have to pay transient occupancy taxes, which are collected by many California cities and counties. Those typically hover between 10 and 12%. The rental tax would underwrite a new labor force housing fund and generate an estimated $150 million per year. Counties would then have access to funds proportional to the amount of tax revenue they generated. Under a social housing scenario, the issue of profitability goes away. Only projects that are owned and managed by public entities, local housing authorities, and mission-driven nonprofits would be eligible to receive the funding. While the new fund wouldn't cover the full cost of a project, Limon and Meredith argue that even offering 5 to 10% in seed money could make the difference between projects succeeding and failing. Short-term rental owners have expressed alarm that another tax on top of the local transient occupancy charges could put them out of business. So for those of you in the STR world, what's your take and how do you think this will affect you?